good to be back tonight, attending quite a few of the city council meetings here, and as a reporter for the River City Examiner, and on the video documentary in the community of Kirkwood Regional Park, and also here at the city council meeting. I want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, and also the city manager there, Mike Brown. It took less than 30 minutes to get a response on email, as the mayor had suggested that I put in writing the question that was in the community I was asked to ask. And then, is the community neighborhood of Beecham Park still blighted? The answer was no. So I trust what he said on that. The next question was, what is the current status of the TIF monies? You know, he said that the money has been used up. Okay, the other was, would the satellite police officer in Beecham Park neighborhood be staffed by people that look like a resident of the community? And basically, he said that where he did not understand that particular question. I think that rather than being looking like an occupying force in the Beecham Park community and trying to heal some of the wounds that are there, I think if the staff could be looking like the residents there, I think that would be a big help. But the pleasure part that I have is that to work like that to get a response in less than 30 minutes, the same thing is needed now for the inclusion at the table with a representative from the Beecham Park and Kirkwood Coalition for Equality. Also from the Beecham Park Improvement Association. Now these are things that really shouldn't be that difficult to do if you want to do it, because you're in a position to really do some real good things to show what it is. That's not really asking that much. We're also trying to get a polling place there in the community. Now these are just basic things that other communities have. If we get out of being lockstep with the good old boy network, and let's start expanding into what we have the potential to do. It's never going to happen if you continue to have the old type of prejudices that exist. You can't tell me they don't exist. If that ain't it, you have to tell me what it is. So I really want to thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, the city manager, Mike. We appreciate that. I'll have some more questions later on the email. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's have a quick response. Am I right, doesn't want me to, but I'm going to.
Careful what you say.
You know, I've been in a really, I like to say, I've been in a really peculiar situation. Since the mediation agreement has been brought about and signed and everything, I try to do everything I can for the betterment of the Beecham community, which is my community. Then I try to also be friends with everybody here. And I've still been put in very peculiar situations. I've been called a puppet, many different things. And it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. But I happen to be one of the ones that's in between the city and our community, and it doesn't matter to me. But I'm getting so, I recognize the guy's concern, which we've been over this over and over and over, about a polling place in Beecham. You know, I got a problem with it and I live in Beecham, and here's the problem. The problem is we've got, I think, 360 something, if I'm correct, voters, registered voters in Beecham. They're always talking about a polling place, but they don't go vote. We have 40 people that voted in this entire election this last time, but we're always complaining about we want another polling place. First of all, the polling place is right around the corner. The next thing I'm always hearing is the issue because it's in Oakland. It's so close to Kirkwood, what difference does it make as long as the vote counts? You know, I tell you another thing that I didn't want to bring up tonight, but I'm going to since I'm up here because I've been angry about it. I've talked to Sears about it, I've talked to Paul about it, and I'm going to ask you, Mr. Hessel. I'm sick and tired of these frivolous lawsuits. We're talking about tax dollars being wasted, all of our money being wasted. I'm sick of it. You know, Mr. Moore has downed me and everybody else, and I'm just sick of these frivolous lawsuits wasting our taxpayers' dollars. I wish it was something you could do to stop this from happening. You know, the memorial. I'm not even, it's a good thing, but then again, I look at it on another hand that maybe we haven't thought about. I'm for what the people want. And I think the memorial is a good thing to honor. But I also look at it on the other hand, as my wife discussed with me the other night. It does put a bad perception, don't get me wrong, I'm for it. But it also leaves a perception of, look what a black guy did to all these white citizens in Kirkwood. There's the good part of this memorial, and there's a bad part of this memorial as far as perception. So I just wanted to come up here and give you guys my feelings. And I'm going to continue to do everything I can to work with you guys and my community if they'll accept it. But there's some things we need to be real about and try to work together instead of, I was looking at something today. It was about resistance, and the other one was resentment. And that's a problem that we've got to meet your partner. We're trying, the team now, we're trying to figure out how to even approach to rectify those things. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks for all you do in the community, really.
Tom Stokes.
Hi, Tom.
Good
How are you
evening,
tonight?
thank you all for having me. I enjoy the fact that I'm concerned in a number of different areas, and enjoy the fact that this is indeed a public meeting. As my card states, my concerns might be better addressed at a different time,
All right.
rather than wasting everybody's time. I've got a number of different things that are concerning to me. Number one, some of the budget issues of the city. For instance, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why we lease a police car. You can go buy a police car for a whole lot less than you're going to pay on a lease with the added, unless you found somebody that's going to give you a lease without a high mileage clause and a penalty for modifying an interior. I just don't understand that. Nor do I understand we had a problem with a very expensive fire truck. I understand that problem's been rectified, but at some point in time we're going to run out of money. When will that replacement fire truck come? When might we see an additional ambulance? I know enough about trailers. I think you got robbed on your trailer purchase from last meeting. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And today is probably not an appropriate time or place to do it. Might we be able to arrange something?
Sure. Why don't you contact Mike Brown and Bill, or else send your questions to him, and he'll be glad to respond to you.
That's interesting that you would bring that up, Mr. Mayor. 14 days ago, I sent Mr. Brown an email with an idea that I have since found out by recruiting around in the community with people that are in the know that I respect. And amazingly, what I proposed is in the works. That's great. I don't have to be the brainchild of it. Whoever did it, great. But if we can't get people to respond to us, then why bother with anything? If it's going downhill, let it go and move away. And this is nothing new. I had concerns on the Valentine's snowfall, or the snowstorm. I was basically blown off there as well. When people are upset, when people are showing you inadequacies or concerns, the current system of dealing with it doesn't get the job done, sir. My name, address, and phone number is on my card. When you all figure out what you want to do with it, call me. I'm usually available on rather short notice. But I'm to the point where I see nothing good of Kirkwood government at this point in time. However, I'm willing to rethink that, and I'd be more than willing to sit through a meeting and bring forth some of the things that I've tried to bring forth before, and I always get shut off. Thank you.
You're welcome.